So I always get my meat custom cut, but I learned something new today. There's American and Mexican beef. So American beef has a lot more marbling, so that's what we're doing on the grill. So what we want to know is, how did you spend your apocalypse day today? According to David Mead, who's supposed to be some kind of a biblical scholar, says that Planet X, or near Nibiru, is going to pass in front of the sun today and cause the beginning of the 7-year apocalypse. So we decided to celebrate today by first going to the county fair, because it had an outdoor event there, and because of the hurricane there was maybe 20 vendors. So we didn't stay there very long. So then while we were there, we decided to give blood, because what else do you do when you go to a county fair? You give blood. So we gave some blood. So then we came home and did some other projects, and now I'm getting ready to cook a steak. Now what most people do wrong with steak on the grill is they do the charcoal wrong. The best way to do the charcoal literally is to take your charcoal. I put mine in a little basket inside of the thing. I usually just fill it up. So we'll put that in there, put some of these back in here. I got a smoker, but I'm not doing the whole smoker, so I'm just going to set it in there. And then what you do is you take your charcoal lighter fluid, you douse the charcoal. This is where people get wrong. Now after you soak it down, let it sit for 5 minutes. So it is 7:28. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So what is Planet X, or Nibiru, however you say it? It's supposed to be 3.3 times larger than Jupiter, traveling at over 25,000 miles an hour. So obviously something that big would do a lot of damage if it hit the Earth. But here's the problem I have with this. You know, this got anything on the internet's true, right? I'm a French model, in case you didn't notice that. So like I said, we went and gave blood. Now we're going to make some steak. What I typically like to do is get my meat cut from the vendor. And this is I have them cut it to 1.25 inches, and this is a ribeye steak. And if possible, I always try to get American steak. I just learned that today. There's American steak and a Mexican steak, and the butcher showed me the two, and the American steak has a lot more marbling in it. So this is room temperature. Now all I'm going to do is just coat both sides with only 3 ingredients. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Salt, pepper, and garlic. Just coat it on there. Not done yet. Got to do the other side. And then put it somewhere it's safe, away from dogs. Until you're ready to put it on the grill. Now I'm not cooking it in there. It's just resting in there, because if I leave it on the counter, my 2 chow hounds, one of them will get it.
Sasha, will you get the steak? Nico, will you get the steak? Huh? Will you get the steak?
Hey, it's time to go start the grill. Come with me. And now the charcoal's ready to go. And just sit there and get a good 20 seconds of this going. Now the key is, forget about it. Come back 15 minutes later when all the charcoals are nice and gray and have a warm glow. Do not cook on it when it's flaming like this. So going back to the apocalypse, we already know that this guy's prediction is not true. And he should know that, being a Bible scholar, because it says in the Bible, I'll read it to you, in Matthew 24:36, it says, "But about the day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. So by him predicting that this is going to happen, it's not going to happen. So we're not worried about it. So we're eating steak. Now, I like to cook what's called a Pittsburgh style steak. And the key ingredient for that is a cast iron skillet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this. I'm not going to bother videoing that, but I'm going to clean it and then prep it. And what you do is you get the skillet super, super hot, as hot as you can get it. You know, you like for it ideally to be about 1800 degrees. You put in about a tablespoon of butter and let it start going until it's almost smoking, and then put the steak in, let it sit for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Flip it, do 1.5 to 2 minutes on the other side. What that does, it sears that steak up, and then you put it on the grill and let it cook until you get to the type of steak that you like. Barbie's likes hers done medium, which is 155 degrees internal. I like mine medium rare. Now, if you notice, we only had one steak. So typically what I'm doing is I'm going to cook it the way Barbie likes it, and then we'll cut it in half, and then I'll just eat mine medium, even though I like mine medium rare. But I do it for my love. Now the key is when you use it, the oil you want to use grapeseed oil or some kind of oil that can sustain high heat. Do not use olive oil. Olive oil does not sustain high heat very well. Also make sure that you have a meat thermometer to measure the temperature. You know, people like to go by time. I don't cook by time, I cook by temperature. And the really, really good chefs will actually, they'll press the meat. They can tell by how much resistance the meat gives them how well it's cooked. I ain't that good. And I'm also going to suggest you wear some kind of glove, because when you heat this pan up to 1800 degrees, it's going to be hot. Hot. I'll show you a picture of what happened one time when I wasn't wearing a glove, and what happens when you don't take proper safety precautions. Yeah, I hope you don't have a squeamish stomach. If you do, close your eyes for the next 5 seconds. So the way I get my pan super hot is I use basically to make deep fried turkey. So it's just the base. So all I'm going to do is turn on the gas, turn on the timer. And we're going to let this go until you start to see smoke come from the pan. One minute.
Not recording.
Okay, now we're ready for step number 2. Turn off the flame. Get your second slab of butter. Put the second slab of butter in. Flip the steak. And then put it on that side for 2 minutes. So while I'm outside, my wonderful wife is in here making the side dishes. I wonder what she's going to make. Mushrooms with some adobo. What else you put on there, baby? Garlic.
A little garlic.
Keep the vampires away.
And a little salt. How's it coming?
Well, still got about another 15 degrees to go.
Oh, that looks good. So the mushrooms are all ready now. And they taste delicious.
Another secret, let it rest for 5 minutes. Right now there's no heat on the stove, it's just kind of sitting there. That cast iron pan is still hot from the thing, and it's just going to cook for these last couple minutes. So I took the steak off the grill when it was 145 internal. That's where I like the steak, but I know from it cooking another 5 minutes in the pan, it's going to rise to 155 where Barbie likes it. Another added benefit to this, we'll mix some water with that juice and put it on the dog's food, and they get a special treat today too.
Time to eat.
So I mixed some water with the juice in the pan, and even the woo-woos get some nummies tonight.